Well, there's a bit of a treat for you. That's the brand new Uptown Paphos bus terminal, and it's looking quite nice, isn't it? Let's go and circumnavigate it so you can see what's going on. We're not supposed to drive around in the bus lane, but well, hopefully there's no cameras, so you never know, we may be all right. So stick with us, here we go. One or two taxis parked up, little coffee shop there for refreshments, that's where you get your tickets. There's plenty of seating in there, isn't there? No doubt about that. There's some nice big buses. These are the intercity buses, the ones in green. So those are the ones that take you from Paphos to Limassol, Paphos to Larnaca, Paphos to Nicosia. And then the blue ones are the local buses. So those are the ones that take you in and around Paphos. Any numbers on these buses? No, there's no numbers on these buses. So I can't tell you what's going on. That chap is waiting for his daughter or his son, by the looks of it. Because it must be coming on an intercity bus. But there we go. That is the brand new Uptown bus terminal to the rear of the old town in Paphos. So let's go and circumnavigate the old town, especially for you. And there's not a lot going on, is there? Very, very quiet indeed. The rain scared everyone off, you see. We don't like rain in downtown Paphos, and we've had 4 or 5 showers today. And to be honest, they were quite thundery, shall we say. And they got us wet. So the old town is coming up. I mean, this is all the old town, but the main part of the old town. There's the bus station on the right-hand side again, by the way. And then this now is officially the old town. There's a fish taverna. We do some very, very good fishing there. I've been there once or twice. But I tell you, it's like a ghost town. Paphos Old Town, 2nd week of January, after the rains. Well, you couldn't tell from the street, could you? No, it looks as though it's all dried out quite nicely. That's because the temperature is still around 18 degrees, by the way, if you are curious to know. But there's not a lot going on in the Paphos Old Town. So big shout out to some of the stars who like to watch the show now and again. Perhaps if you're in downtown York and your name is Lady Rachel, and you've got a man in your life, the Cheshire Cat grinning guy known as Sir Jason. A very, very good morning to you, and we hope you're having a great, great time, and we're looking forward to seeing you in the summer, which, to be honest, is not that far away, is it? No. And of course, if you're in downtown Cornwall and you're a duke and there's a girl in your life who's a duchess, who am I talking about? Oh yeah, Phil and Sharon. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing you. And of course, May is not far away. You'll be with us, and we'll be dancing and chuchking down the downtown Cape of Paphos promenade very, very soon indeed. Very cautious driver in front. I think he's chopsing on his mobile phone. There we go. There's always a reason why they're driving carefully. So Paphos Old Town on a rather quiet day, shall we say. Although there are 1 or 2 in the car park, shall we say. And this place now, by the way, you have to use the smart app if you want to park up. And it's about €1 for an hour, so it's not expensive. But you have got to download the app in order to do it. And that's where the complicated bit is, isn't it? And then you've got to keep remembering to pay. And I think there is a monthly option as well at around about €25 a month. So perhaps that might be wise if you live here or if you're coming for a month. So there you go, Paphos Old Town. We're now going to drive down towards the Cape of Paphos harbour. So don't click off just yet. Let's go and see if it's busier in the harbour. Well, I got a feeling today's weather's been a bit iffy, you see, and it scared the living daylights out of us locals, because the heavens did open. Well, it started off at 6:30 this morning up where I live, and well, it gave us a right battering for about 20 minutes. Not trying to upset you or put you off, by the way. Then it cleared up, and then it came and attacked us every couple of hours or so for about 15-20 minutes. And rain's not a best man's friend, is it? No, it's not. Coming up now is Cafe Nero, by the way, on the right hand side. Great coffee, but on top of that, it's got a raised platform, and you get to look out across the blue Mediterranean Sea, even though that sea is not looking that blue today. It looks a little bit grey, a little bit more like the North Sea, I would say. But there's something special about a seaside resort. It doesn't matter where it is in the world, whether it's cold or whether it's hot. There's something nice about walking along a shoreline and perhaps getting some fresh air, isn't it? And that pungent smell of seaweed now and again. There you go, Lady Andrea, thanks very much. The lights are on red, especially for me. But as you can see, it is pretty quiet, isn't it? There's no doubt about that. There's not that many people racing around. There's a young man on his scooter. He's going to race around, by the looks of it. Tell me, in the UK, are they legal? Because in Cyprus, they are in a grey area at the moment. You're supposed to wear a yellow vest and a crash helmet, and you're supposed to abide by the legalities of the law, and you're supposed to only ride in 30-kilometre zones, and this is a 50-kilometre zone as far as I'm aware, and he hasn't got a yellow bib on, so he's an infringement, isn't he? Yes. Talking about infringements, of course, whenever myself and Archie Received Booth get our scooters out, we break every single law that's ever been written. But hey, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about a little bit of fun. Let's get going. Get to Paphos Harbour is going to be coming up, so don't click off just yet. But it is a little bit grey, isn't it? Makes you feel a little bit cold, doesn't it? But as Lady Kirstine was saying, in downtown Glasgow, -3 degrees in the evening. That's a little bit chilly. There's no doubt about that. At least here it's 18 in the evening. You're probably down to about 12, 13 degrees. And this is the new petrol station. They're doing all the paving outside it. It's going to be a nice petrol station, no doubt about that. Probably have a little coffee shop, a car wash at the back. And probably the most expensive benzene in Paphos, because of course it's in the centre. So it's relying on you missing all the other petrol stations. That's how it works in Cyprus. Now we're stuck in traffic again. Not that there is that much on the road at the moment, and I've noticed all day and I've been driving around, there's not been that much traffic, because as I've said, the rain tends to scare most of us off the road. Now if you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to keep coming back for a little bit more of our complete and utter madness. And if you want to keep the channel afloat, want to go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, why not Google these magic words: Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me. Up will come our landing page, and of course you'll get to read that little bit more about us, and you can choose to gift us that virtual coffee or two as a thank you, as a motivation to keep us making these little videos, especially for you. You can also choose to join us as a superstar member at only €10 a month. That's what it costs to get yourself a special title, to get yourself now a little bit closer to Marika and me. Birthday shout outs, anniversary shout outs, I'll even call you cat in. And on top of all that, coming very, very soon indeed, is the Marika and me privilege card. And that will entitle you to discounts and privileges in and around Paphos, and of course in particular in the Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. So don't forget to get your name on the list. Paphos Mall is coming up on the right hand side. There it is, the big shiny grey building. If you want to go and do shopping in air-conditioned luxury, that's the place to go. And on the left-hand side is the Begonia Garden Centre. So if you want a plant pot, some plants, or perhaps a nice cup of coffee, that could be the place waiting, especially for you. This is the Paphos Mall roundabout, and we're going to go straight over it and under the Paphos Skywalk. That's the structure that we can see up in the sky there, with one or two people walking along it, and it's called the Paphos Skywalk. I'm not going to say it's the greatest thing in the world, but it is unusual, and of course you do get to get a different perspective on the views in and around Paphos. And at the moment it's totally free of charge, and there is a rumour that next year they're going to put some turnstiles in and they're going to start charging. So if you come into Paphos this year, make sure that you go on the Paphos Skywalk. And it's lit up at night as well, by the way, and it doesn't close. Paphos Harbour is coming up. We're going going to finish with a great view indeed. Whether the sea is blue or not, it doesn't matter. There's something special, there's something unique about the promenade and the harbour area in downtown Paphos. That's what most people want to see. That's what most people come to Paphos for. They like to do a bit of chuchka dancing up and down the Kid of Paphos promenade and harbour area, and now and again sup on a pint or two, and of course get a bite to eat. It is a bit grey, isn't it? You see? Don't forget to keep coming back to the little channel known as Marika and me, and you get to see Paphos every single day, when the sun is shining, or when it's raining, when it's grey, when it's that little bit drab. But one thing's for sure, you'll always have a laugh and a joke with Mr. Paul as we drive in and around Paphos. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and don't forget to keep coming back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness.